or 4 drinks in and things start to really click for me.
That's when it happens.
Jeez,
That's when you get the clarity.
I'm talking better now than I was at the beginning of the episode.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Gentlemen Multimedia Empire official podcast. This is episode number, is it 85? Is that right? 86. On this show, we like to talk about things like comic books, movies, TV shows, video games, political discourse, sometimes and definitely today, but always Star Trek. I'm your host, Tactic Angel, and with me is Midget Radio, my numerically brilliant, murderous socialist friend.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Midget Radio. How did you add 85 plus 1?
Well, I had a calculator with me. So
Good. I didn't. I was in the middle of it, and 85 looked wrong, and I was like, I don't know, man.
It's hard. You got
85 plus 1.
You got to carry the one.
It's tricky. It's tricky. Maybe because I had a glass of whiskey before we started this, but I assume that you are also joining me in the imbibement.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm on the Stillhouse today.
Stillhouse. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It is it's a tasty whiskey, man.
I hope one day that they find our podcast, and I kind of hope that they hate us, but I kind of also hope that they love us.
I do too. I'm happy to endorse their product.
It's basically the same thing as wanting Scott Atkins to call us a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, that'd be great. It
It would be great.
We just need to make more episodes about him. That's the thing. Yeah, we should just episode after episode. We should just do like a Scott Adkins marathon of WNG episodes and tweet every fucking one of them right to his face.
Okay.
I mean, he's done more than enough movies, so
I did see that Ninja 2 is popping up on my recommended list.
yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I'm gonna watch it. Ninja 1 was great.
Yeah, Ninja 1 was fucking awesome.
All right, so I have some Jim Beam Black. Black, like the color you would wear to a friend or a country's funeral.
Okay. Fantastic opener.
Which is a strangely perfect segue to what we're going to be talking about, which is the Democratic debates, round 2. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone asked before the show, can someone go big and bold? What does that mean for the party that also includes Bernie Sanders and Harris?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
To go big and bold?
Yeah.
I just assume free shit for everybody. Like, that's what it seems like to me.
Okay.
Anyway.
That was not far from my assessment.
Yeah.
Should Oprah have won? Because if she started pointing into the camera and said, you get a car and you get a car, I think she might win.
Yeah.
She's just like car and healthcare.
Yeah.
And all of the things.
And the college and the... What else do you want? Like bathrooms? I don't know.
Jolly Ranchers. I want Jolly Ranchers, dilly bars.
Pez. I would like a lot of Pez. I like Pez dispensers. They're cool. But
So, what did you think of the highly produced introductions, which I assume were put together by people at ESPN?
yeah, no, they were actually I don't think I even saw those.
Okay.
Because I only watched it I don't know how you're watching these things, but I watched them after the fact. So I like to start with the introductions and then end probably a little bit before the closing statements.
Well, you will not be surprised based on our last discussion of politics. I usually watch these on Telemundo. So,
oh, okay. It makes sense.
Because my mi español is so mucho
Tu
gusto.
español. Yeah, mucho gusto.
All right. So whether or not you heard this, before the actual debate started, they said that the people who appeared on the stage, it was a random draw. And apparently where they stood was a random draw.
Oh, really?
How stupid do you think you have to be to believe that?
Well, I saw that it was like a tiered random draw. So you had like whatever the top 4, they went in one bucket, and then the middle people went in another bucket, and then the last few went in another bucket. And like that's how it was drawn. I did think I almost believed the staging part because I thought that Liz Warren was kind of weirdly off to the, I think, right. I don't remember. Like her and though her and Bernie were like right next to each other.
She is rather far right.
She is. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's...
did you catch the national anthem on the first day?
Mm-mm.
Not a very not the. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Oh boy.
Not a very diverse group.
Oh yeah.
No. So this set of debates, we'll start with night 1. Both nights are being helmed by Tapper, Bash, and Lemon.
Yeah.
How many of these people do you consider to be real journalists?
Oh boy.
Journalists.
They are all real journalists.
Incorrect. Only 2 out of the DRR are. Actually, they I want to say off the bat, they did a much better job.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a way better job moderating.
Lemon asked a couple of really fucking dumb questions because he's essentially retarded, but I don't want to besmirch his name, so I won't say that out loud.
Oh, good. Thanks. That's classy of you.
I know. That's what people say about me. Tactic Angel, he's one classy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. Night 1.
All right.
I have this organized by candidate.
Okay, good.
So I don't know where you want to start. Do you want to start with your favorite person? Your least favorite person?
I don't care. I like that you have at least supplied some sense of structure to this, though. I have none. So.
I'm gonna start with Amy Klobuchar.
Amy Klobuchar. All right.
Did you know that Amy is related to people who used to work hard?
Yeah. Yeah, she's from a whole long line of people that worked hard, came from places, and yeah, worked themselves up, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, good for her.
Okay. She looks weird to me. Anyway.
Yeah.
She did throw out a couple of things that I wrote down.
Okay.
Immigrants aren't a problem to America. Immigrants are America.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is a well-articulated position?
Sure. Because we're like a nation of immigrants, Tactic Angel.
Okay.
So, like, immigrants are probably even more American than us Americans who, like, already live here. Because they're coming to America like our ancestors did. Right?
Okay. I suppose in certain senses of the word like, as in moving from one place to another.
Yeah.
Both people did that.
Yeah.
That they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
In all the other ways that matter, probably not.
I don't know. But
do you think that it is fair to penalize people for having well-to-do parents by not allowing them to go to college?
Hell yes. But I don't think that's really her argument. But it's just they're going to have to pay. Like, they're well-to-do parents. They're going to have to pay.
Does this rely on the idea that everybody's parents pay for college for their kids?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Well, it's at least probably wealthy people. right?
Oh, I'm sure some of them do.
I'm sure some of them do. I'm sure it's probably more than some, but yeah.
Is it all?
It's 100%.
It's hashtag 100%.
Hashtag 100. Yeah.
I think it's hashtag not all.
Not all rich people. Yeah, she just doesn't want to pay for wealthy people to go to college, only like the unwealthy people.
Yeah, sure.
But they can still go, you know. It's still allowed. They can still have their parents Photoshop them into like sports images and go just like anybody else.
I always thought that was kind of a weird thing because it's private, mostly not for profit, but clearly definitely for profit systems.
Yeah.
You look at that and you're like, well, I mean, if somebody wants to pay, $2,000 for front row tickets to Garth Brooks or whatever.
Sure.
Who cares?
Sure.
Right? And if they're not smart enough, they'd get kicked out of the country music thing. This does right.
No, intelligence level is a big factor in country music seating.
But the point is, if you are, a private institution and somebody's like, I'm going to give you a metric fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Could you let my son or daughter go to your university? I think that they should be able to say yes.
Sure.
Now, I don't think that they should do anything for them once they're there. Like, you don't show up and graduate just because there's a baseball field named after your dad or something, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not supposed to.
Well, I mean, that's where you get into the element of fraud.
Yeah.
But as private companies, I always thought that was a weird thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
How does the federal government stop towns from making mistakes like Flint? Oh my God, this is so early, Flint. And I can hardly.
Poor fucking Flint.
It's a small town in Japan.
I like this episode already. Whatever. I don't care, Tactic Angel. Even still, this is the most intelligent conversation about politics I think anyone can hope for.
One thing that she did mention right alongside this question is that she will put $1 trillion into faster internet and water systems.
Oh, that's nice.
I kind of wondered when she said it, does she mean more velocitous water systems?
Like the water gets to you faster? Or
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe like
pipes, or I don't know.
Or maybe like when it comes out of the shower, it's like you are like, no, I'm instantly clean. No, make it stop.
Yeah.
Like
a fire
when
hose, like you could put out a fucking fire just by turning on the shower. Yeah.
Or when you're at like that hotel that doesn't want you to use a lot of water.
Yeah.
So what they do is they install just the most agonizing shower head.
Yeah.
But that would be everybody.
Well, the hotel shower heads do probably need to be regulated, but
nobody brought that up. These people are not talking to me.
They really aren't.
As Americans.
It's not big and bold enough, Tactic Angel. It's just not big and bold enough.
All right. To talk about big and balding, we're going to talk about Bernie Sanders.
All right.
Bernie Sanders had a really interesting opening statement.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember what it was.
Companies have money.
Yeah.
And that money makes Trump racist.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
And we need to come together to end that.
Okay.
Can you draw the straight lines between these
Totally. Totally. I like Bernie. I like Bernie a lot now. I'm actually starting to like these debates overall because I feel like some characters are beginning to emerge, Like, I know we're going in order, but like,
we're not going in an order.
We're going in a very specific order that you have very carefully laid out.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, but what's his face? John Delaney. That dude gets the fight of the night for me. He gets the fucking UFC fight of the night award. He gets that, like, whatever it is, $50,000 bonus. I liked him a lot.
Let's segue to him.
Okay.
So John Delaney was, I do want to agree in the very real sense that John Delaney was like, you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
This is never going to work. We're never going to win.
Yeah.
If you're out there talking about flowers and unicorns.
Yeah.
And then you cut back to Sanders like, well, flowers, unicorns, these people things people like. And, national healthcare insurance companies, billions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. I enjoyed him because his opening statement was basically like, hey, there's like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Fuck them. They're fucking crazy. Like,
even before he started talking, when he like came out and he like started shaking hands, he slid into position like a fucking stud.
Yeah. Yeah.
He smiles like a bald chipmunk, but
Oh yeah, totally. But I mean, this was the guy, this is the fucking guy. First round, didn't get his goddamn time. Then he went out and took his fucking time.
Well,
it's fucking fighter right there. It's fucking warrior.
I will give him one thing. This guy clearly knows more than nothing about insurance.
Yes, yeah.
And
yes, he does.
When you listen to literally the other 19 people try to talk about insurance, just clueless.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, what was the phrase? I liked the phrase a lot. Was it like wish list economics or fairy tale economics? I think both of those phrases were used.
Actually, I think Steve Bullock came out with that.
Yeah, Bullock. Yeah, I wanted to like Bullock more because his name is Bullock and he's from Montana. But
well, let me say one last thing about John Delaney because I actually didn't have all that much about. I didn't have much that he actually said because everything he said was more or less reasonable.
Yeah.
And I though the moderators were doing a better job in terms of like being aware of corporeal existence and other such things, like they use John Delaney as a foil because they're like, let's ask Bernie or, Pocahontas a question.
Yeah.
And then when we hear him say something that is mind-rendingly insane, John Delaney, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's nuts.
Yeah. But that's what was great. Like that's what makes that's why I give Delaney the fucking fight of the night, man. Because he came in there with the specific tactic right away to attack Bernie and Warren on those particular issues, and it set him up for the rest of the night, man. Like a fucking genius. Like I mean, that's just he got way more time this time around because of that particular tactic. It was fucking smart politics, I thought. He was out there in their faces, like it was great.
So we're actually about a week away or a week out from when we should have probably talked about this.
Yeah.
But do you sense that he's gotten a bump out of this? Because
no.
I haven't been paying a ton of attention. And I think he's probably one of the most electable people that we saw.
I mean, I really don't have a problem with him. But yeah, I don't think it did anything for him. I don't know. Because all you can do is go by the polling. The
issue that I think if you look at him from a pure political point of view, he would lose against Trump. And he would probably lose against Trump because Trump, like him or hate him, has a lot of charisma. He is a big personality.
Yeah, yes, that is true. Yeah.
And John Delaney is like a quirky actuary who is running for president.
Yeah.
And I mean, he might be amusing, but you can just imagine the terrible things that Donald Trump would do to this man.
Wait, which man are you talking about? I'm trying to look up
John Delaney.
Delaney. Okay, sorry. I'm looking up the qualifiers for the next debate, and he's not on that fucking list. Yeah.
I can hear you over there doing the thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to do, research like a really good podcast usually does right in the middle of the fucking show. Like
usually it's before the show. Did you not get that memo?
No, you want to do it during, and you want there to be a lot of dead air. That was my understanding. I don't know. Maybe I misread, but
okay.
Anyway, yes, yeah. Trump's a fucking bulldozer. Yeah. A somewhat
Steve
charismatic
Bullock.
fucking bulldozer.
Steve Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Everything doesn't need to be free. That was basically his campaign.
Yeah, and then he's from Montana, which is very Republican, and went for Trump, and yeah.
And I did write down, is wish list... Oh, fuck. Is wish list economics going to catch on fire as a political term?
Oh, you wrote that down? I don't know. I hope so. I like it. I like that phrase.
I mean, I did, because a lot of this is just this is free, and somebody else is like, this is free.
Yeah.
And then the third person is like, both of those things are free.
Yeah.
And then the fourth person's like, all of those things are free, and unicorns for all.
Yeah. Yeah. But Tactic Angel, I don't understand why anybody would run for president and just come up here and talk about what we can't do. So saith. So saith. I love Liz Warren too. She's just so passionate. Her and Sanders both. Just so passionate.
So one of the predominant themes that I really got out of the first night was there were a lot of relatively reasonable Democrats on this stage.
Okay, yeah.
Relative is a wonderful word that doesn't necessarily imply actual.
Sure.
But in comparison to three of them, definitely relative.
Yeah.
And the two that kind of were like strangely allied, like they were playing Risk, but like they were winking and nodding across, the tabletop the entire time. It's like, I'm gonna take South Africa.
Yeah.
You're gonna just let me have Africa here.
Yeah.
I'll let you have South America. And then you can go into North America. I'm gonna go into Europe.
Yeah.
And those two, Liz Warren and Bernie Sanders, they were in cahoots.
Oh yeah.
And literally 7 of the other people were like, these people are crazy. And then they would be like, no, we're not. We have big ideas.
Big ideas.
Big and bold
Yeah.
ideas. Oh, you can't say no to anything because that means that it's a Republican talking point.
Yep, yeah, Republican talking point. Yay.
That is actually a theme that continues into the second day.
It does continue into the second day. But yeah, I love, like, it's hard, like there's part of me that just loves Bernie Sanders because he's like still in the fucking 1960s, man. Like, I just feel like he's like, all we need to do is, what we should do is throw a big outdoor concert. A big outdoor concert and invite all the rock bands. We're gonna really stick it to the man. Like that's all it fucking takes. And I love that he believes so hard in that. What was his solution? God damn it. His response to this was a sort of about immigration, I guess. but talking about, we're going to bring together the entire fucking hemisphere to talk about how to rebuild Honduras and all these. And you're like, really, Bernie? You're going to throw a big outdoor concert where? In fucking South America and bring everybody together? And we're going to figure out how to fucking rebuild these countries while listening to fucking Guatemala. Fish and
it's going to be huge.
Dead and like, I love the passion. Like, I love the idealism. But
the Beatles, Elvis, that.
It's fucking great, man. I'm ready for Woodstock 3. Bernie Sanders rebuilds the entire Earth, I guess. Like,
so let's talk about somebody who isn't a pansy, though. We're still talking about Steve Bullock. He walks out there, and the entire time he's got his chin up.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks. There's just something about, like Texan or, like, Western cadence that just says, fuck yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's running a state that's got a lot more land than people. It's fucking awesome. Like, I think that he should cut his hair and call Trump a cocksucker. That would be amazing. Then I'd definitely vote for him. But
those who doubt me suck cock by choice.
Fuck yes.
Might not win the women vote with that, but
whatever.
Steve Bullock, he will use nukes, damn it, because he's a man.
Fuck yeah. I didn't understand any of that either. That entire exchange. Well, we gotta let the rest of the world know that it's not like we're gonna strike first with nukes. It's like, why? Why do we need to let anybody know that?
Why is this a question?
Right? What the fuck? Like, really? What? I mean, China's like, I don't know. Any day now. Any day. They might push the fucking button.
We just get up one day. It's like, I'm bored. What do you want to do?
Yep.
Start World War III? Sounds good.
It's fucking retarded. It doesn't make whatever. It's fucking foreign policy. It's a stupid thing.
One thing that I couldn't quite make heads or tails of when he was talking was guns. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, he has guns and he hunts, so he definitely got that out there. But
there are some guns that maybe shouldn't be owned, but know, maybe whatever and such.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably about the right place to land.
So he mentioned that we don't need to abandon our laws. We just need to find someone who's better than Trump.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
It does make a little sense to me, yeah. Yeah. Well, because the executive branch has, right, they do have certain, what do you want to say, leeway?
Apparently, quite a bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, they can emphasize what they really want to pursue and fucking not emphasize what they don't really give a shit about. So, I mean, to me, that makes a certain amount of sense, at least.
Okay.
Nobody enforces like 100% of every law in the books. Like, that's unrealistic. So,
well, there are lots of really frivolous laws that we have.
Yeah, so fuck it. You need, we're not run by the Constitution entirely.
Well, I mean, we have people sitting around like, Congress has passed X number of laws so far this year, and that's down 3% from last year. So they're the most worthless Congress ever. And you're like, at what point do you have too many laws?
Yeah. Yeah, they should track, like, hey, has Congress repealed any laws? Put that on the books, that counts as accomplishing something. Like,
I kind of feel like I'm not effectively regulated. I need
more regulation.
Stuff.
Every minute that passes by, a new law needs to be.
Well, in Chicago, you need a building permit to install a new front door.
Well, yeah. Part of the building tactic, Angel. Come on.
Holy fuck.
Some people live in doorways in Chicago. That's
We're laughing about homelessness. You're a monster.
I know.
How dare you. John Hickenlooper.
Oh, yeah, he was there too.
He did one thing worth doing.
Okay.
He mocked Bernie Sanders.
Oh, yeah, he did. That was fucking great.
You can throw your hands up in the air.
That was fucking great. That was a great moment. That was another reason that I kind of loved Bernie a little bit, because he went along with it.
I'm not sure he meant to.
I think he did. I think Bernie's got like at least a sort of healthy, you can make fun of me, how I say huge and all that stuff. At least a little bit of that. There's a little bit of self-awareness there. But he's 70 something, I guess.
I'm not
I feel
sure.
like he's 90 something, but
Usually when I listen to Bernie, I'm not 100% sure he knows where he is. And as you pointed out, he's pretty shaky on what decade it might be.
Sure. He's funny though. He's funny. I liked that. That was a good exchange.
Well, we're gonna loop all the way back to Old Man Winter himself.
All right.
Oh man, how many times do you think he said Republican talking points?
Yeah, I don't know. That was Well, that makes them invalid.
Do you believe that the healthcare industry is not a business?
I mean, yeah.
Do you think that everyone will love Medicare as well when you make Medicare supplement policies illegal?
Yeah, totally. Well,
Okay.
Everybody hates their private insurance, Tactic Angel.
Everyone not sure that's how that works.
Hates it.
Everyone.
All of us hate it all together. It's all just terrible. Just terrible.
Curiously enough, Medicare supplement is essentially the stuff that will cover things like dental, hearing aids, and glasses, which he doesn't seem to realize aren't covered under Medicare.
Right, you don't really want to. I don't know. Yeah, the weird amount of like animosity toward like any sort of private insurance was kind of weird.
Yeah, I looked up the amount of money that is in the healthcare industry per year, and I want to say it's in the several $1 trillion range.
Yeah, okay.
So that 72 billion was somehow made in profit seems like a very reasonable number to me.
I guess percentage-wise, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you figure the number was $4
sure
trillion, then 72 billion is 2%. It's not even 2%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that when you go out and buy a new iPhone, that Apple makes more than $12 off of it.
That's my I would be surprised if that wasn't the case. But is that right, Tactic Angel? I don't know.
I think we should
there
stop
be any profits?
I think we should stop all private production of cell phones.
Yeah.
Tell me that's the wrong position.
Well, they are as vital as healthcare.
I think we use them more often than healthcare.
We certainly do. And in fact, they are probably more damaging to our health than anything else. But
so Sanders is tired of small ideas because Republicans have big ideas, and somehow that was related to something that Ryan said.
I don't remember what.
Even I was confused why Sanders was yelling so much.
Well, it's Bernie Sanders. He's a very passionate guy.
So I've been told by people that I do a decent Bernie Sanders impersonation.
Yeah.
But I always respond to them, I can't sound that hateful.
Well, he only hates corporations, Tactic Angel. That's it. He hates corporations as much as the right hates Mexicans. It's perfectly reasonable. You gotta hate somebody. Tactic Angel, it's somebody's fault. Come on.
Sure. Yeah.
It's some fucking group's fault. Clearly. I think that's well established now.
Uh-huh. How did we double the number of people uninsured in the past 10 years?
I don't know. Did we do that?
Only based on what he said. He wasn't completely lying about all of his numbers, though.
Yeah.
Because would you be surprised if 3 in 4 black people were in favor of you giving them money?
I would be shocked by that. That makes, I mean, based on what? Based on what?
I think 3 in 4 people would be in favor of you giving them money.
You know, I was thinking about that statistic alongside Yang's entire fucking approach to the presidency.
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Fair.
Well, does this mean that 3 in 4 Americans are in favor of receiving a freedom dividend? I don't know. That seems high, but I don't know.
I think you can get it there, but I think if you start talking about reparations, that it is kind of a narrow enough subject that you can be like, yeah, like this is a one-time thing, and like it won't become like this giant, like weirdly totalitarian socialist regime, right?
I don't know. I don't understand how it would work. It makes no fucking sense to me.
The freedom dividend?
No, the freedom dividend I understand. The reparations thing I have no understanding of.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the person who probably ran away with the entire evening then?
Who's that?
Marianne Williamson.
Okay. Really? I thought she was kind of muted a little bit. And
I'm sitting here wearing my Marianne Williamson shirt.
Okay.
As she walked out, she blew a kiss. The only person who truly cares about America,
Clearly.
Immediately apparent.
This is a campaign of love.
She has an idealistic opening full of adjectives and hyperbole.
Yeah.
It was great. She's really actually kind of speaking to the soul of American politics now, which is kind of...
You might have an argument there.
Well, if you look at the trend, right?
Yeah.
Our last 2 presidents have relied largely on hyperbole and kind of large structural narratives that speak to certain people, right? And it's almost a messianic sort of thing. A little bit less with Trump because
Really?
Well, I don't think that Trump ever said that this is the moment when the oceans start to roll back and the planet begins to heal because I'm president.
Really? You don't feel like Trump's ever alluded to anything like that?
I don't think that alluding to things is Trump's strong suit.
I think it's absolutely his strong suit. I think it's the thing he's probably the best at.
I think he would agree with you that he's the best.
No doubt about that.
Many people have told him that. It's said often. People do say that I'm the best. You can ask anybody.
Radio is one of them, but
how amazing would it be if he tweeted out that you endorsed him?
Oh my God, that'd be fantastic. I would love that. I'll deal with that Twitter storm. I don't think I'm on Twitter, but anyway.
So Marianne's general argument is that everything is wrong.
Yeah.
Let's talk about causes.
Yeah.
Food, chemists,
drug companies,
industry, etc.
Yeah.
She clearly doesn't know anything about guns because she segues out of the conversation as quickly as physically possible.
Yeah, totally.
Flint is the tip of the iceberg. Clean Water Act has been gutted.
Yeah.
There's some dark psychic force. Probably the best line of the entire night. Something about collectivized hatred.
Yeah.
So I think the obvious question here is, if Donald Trump was a D&D character, what class would he be?
Ooh. What class?
What class, right?
Well, I mean, his alignment is obviously chaotic evil.
Some would say lawful good.
Some would say, but ooh, what class though? Ooh, I mean, he ain't no paladin, that's for sure. He's probably a rogue, right?
I would agree that he is a chaotic neutral rogue.
Neutral? Fuck that. No, he's not. Definitely chaotic evil.
Marianne also
self-obsession, I think, counts as evil. But
self-obsession is chaotic.
It is chaotic. I feel like it probably bends toward evil. It's essentially solipsism tactic, Angel. Come on.
Solipsism isn't evil. It's
chaotic. Is. It is.
All right, we can have the D&D alignment podcast.
Perhaps we should segue into that, but
we can. I can be very happy to. I'd be very happy to talk to you about that because I've been talking to Immanuel Kant with a
have
Ouija
you?
board, and we have come to certain conclusions.
Then your attitude towards solipsism makes even less sense to me. But
did you catch Marianne Williamson on the Rubin Report?
No, I didn't. I saw she was on there, but do you think that Rubin only invited her? Or do you think that maybe he's invited everyone and she was the only one that responded?
I don't know if he's invited everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if he's invited several people. But I mean, she was clearly one of the more interesting and definitely one of the more unique people who's ever tried to run for the presidency.
For sure, that, yeah.
So it was interesting to see her get on the show. I think considering how far left Rubin is, that he would probably be fairly open to talking to almost any of them. I don't know. I don't know. But my guess would be no, just based on
reparations.
They actually talked about it for a long time.
Did they really?
Yeah. It's actually one of the reasons why I'm fairly certain that her strategy here is completely unworkable.
Yeah?
Because essentially what she does is she sets up a giant slush fund, right?
Oh, okay.
And then she gets like 12 people, right?
Okay.
They
wow,
have
just
to be
12.
They have to be black.
Okay.
And at this point, you're like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's already illegal, but yeah.
All right. First question, Marianne. Are you going to repeal the Civil Rights Act? Otherwise, I'm fairly certain this is fucked. So this giant slush fund is going to go into this thing, and then it's going to appoint 12 black people.
Okay.
And then it's going to get challenged.
Yeah.
And it's going to lose badly.
Like, do they also have to be descendants of slaves, or is it just you got the black skin, you're in, buddy? Like,
based on modern politics and Kamala Harris's slave-owning history, my guess is that it doesn't matter. So I mean, it's not going anywhere. But
no, yeah,
whatever. What she's trying to do is come up with a way to frame it and like try to create some sort of healing between
healing
the
is
races,
very important. Yeah,
and enough money to make it seem like it matters, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I got the impression, at least from the first night of the debates, that once we pay out those reparations, I guess we're done.
Yeah,
like,
I got
the
real...
The race issue is resolved.
I'm not sure. Okay. Somebody asked a good question to her, and it was like, why do you get to set the amount of money? And like, it's not a good question to Mary Ann in particular, but it's a good question, period, to think about.
Sure.
Because the answer is someone will always want more money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, the way you would resolve this, right, typically would be that you would just give it to a jury and then they would say, right? This is basically just litigation. Like, it's basically a lawsuit against white America for all of the ills that they have put black people through, right? It's just a settlement. I feel like that's the best way to think about it. And so you would just give that to a jury and then they would determine the amount. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm right. I can't think of a better way, Tactic Angel. I mean, I'm not running for president, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think this is, honestly, as a general rule, I don't think this is going to help because
it's a fucking retarded idea, but
all I know is that hers is the most obviously unworkable because it has been discussed with the most honesty.
Yeah. That does make sense.
All right, let's get off of Mary Ann. I do think legitimately she had one of the best nights out of all of this because
really, I guess so.
You had the 7 versus 2.
Yeah.
And then the 1 on the first night.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say like I don't know, bullshit aside, like the focus, the laser fucking focus on healthcare for this night, and I think for the second night as well, was it did at least delineate the positions that these candidates have on healthcare, which I did think was like at least a little bit interesting to follow. I don't know where Mary Ann is on any of that.
It was so tedious, though.
It was extraordinarily tedious. I get that, but least it's policy stuff. At least it's like, at least you could at least look at it and be like, well, here are people who think that we should just have Medicare for all, and that's fucking it, and no private insurance. And then there are people who disagree with that, who think that private insurance has a very real role to play in healthcare. That's at least something, right? That's at least moderately substantive. And so, you know, I'm at least interested in that particular policy debate. Because it's at least a little bit substantive.
You're not completely wrong. However, there were, as I said, there were 19 people up there who didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
You had different variations, obviously, of no clue.
Yeah.
Then you had Delaney, and that was it.
Yeah.
Now I will say the general idea of there are 190 million Americans who are on private health care. Why would you take away something that most of them like?
Right.
That seems like a reasonable question. No, it's not. It's a Republican talking point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not the party of taking away things. We're just going to take stuff away so that we can give you this other thing that only covers 80% of what you need, and it's illegal to buy a supplemental policy for it.
Yeah.
Because that company, those
and it's gonna raise your taxes, and don't worry, it's gonna put a bunch of people out of work, and that we're not even gonna address that, and hospitals who will accept Medicare payments will maybe go out of business, but whatever.
It sounds 100% workable to me.
That's good. Those are good substantive issues, you know.
Didn't Blue Sky Giant used to investigate like medical insurance fraud.
He did something. He did something in that. I don't know if he actually investigated medical insurance.
I think
fraud.
he was part of that whole.
Really? I think mostly what he did was like try to hit on an attractive coworker during that period. That's what those are the stories I remember anyway.
We probably talked to him about different things.
Maybe.
I will completely agree with your summation because I'm sure that's what you guys talked about.
Of course.
But I probably got distracted by like, tell me more about how he tried to recover money from frauds. And I think his summation was not hard enough. You're like, okay.
Yeah, well that is fucking true.
Do you want to talk about Tim Ryan?
No.
Neither do I. There are three more people on this stage.
Jesus Christ, really?
It's rough, man. It's rough. There's Pete Buttigieg.
Okay, yeah. He said some things.
I don't know if you know this, but The Handmaid's Tale begins in 12 years.
Does it? Holy shit.
That was in his opening statement.
Was it really? Fuck, I don't remember that at all.
It was basically an allusion to The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
I have had 4 or 5 people try to explain the sensible connection between reality and that story.
Okay.
I'm not getting a strong sense of...
Bitches have to have babies? What? I don't know what that's really about.
Yeah.
Bitches have to have babies.
Yeah. There is some of that. Yes.
It's like them Cylon cows, right?
How do we get from here to there is my point.
Cylons are involved.
I guess it's murky. Cylons would be a better answer because at least it's... Man, all of Battlestar Galactica is on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, really?
And I've been watching a couple of it.
That's good.
I watched Scar the other day because I know you hate it.
It's not a good episode, but it's also a really good idea.
It's
so many things about Battlestar Galactica are.
It's also a really good episode, except for the fact that they don't go on to talk about it.
They don't do anything. They're just like, fuck it.
What?
Hey, Cylon Raiders have like personalities and never mind.
Fuck you, Midget Radio. You put Scar in the middle of STD.
You put an episode of Becker in the middle of STD. It's the best episode of Star Trek Discovery. Like, come on.
What do you got against Becker? It's Tony Danza. Is that his name?
No, it's fucking Sam from Cheers. What's his name?
Is that Tony Danza?
No, that's who's the boss.
Sam Spade.
Yeah, Sam Spade. It's Humphrey Bogart, you fucking idiot.
Midget Radio, I'm impressed with you right now. Every once in a while, I throw out a Rod Serling and people look at me as though I've just said like 2 nonsensical words next to one another. And it's like, I fucking hate reality.
That is sad, yeah. Come on, man. They run Twilight Zone marathons all the time on... I guess nobody watches regular over-the-air TV anymore. What are you
can watch them all on Netflix.
You can. It's good, solid stuff.
They are really good.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is, you know. In total, it's good stuff.
Okay. For a series, it's fucking a masterpiece.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
Okay.
Where are we? Are we moving on to night 2 yet?
Pete Buttigieg still.
Pete, yeah.
I'm going to make illegal immigration legal, but it will still be illegal.
Yeah. Because borders.
I don't understand this position.
I don't know where he is on this.
He's not the only person who has this position.
No, he's not.
It will be simultaneously legal and illegal.
No, he's not. And it's weird too. Like the whole issue is the whole entire problem that people seem to have is that Trump is using the law to like separate, kids and shit. And it's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like every other law.
It's probably shitty and unnecessary, but like I don't know why we need to decriminalize the fucking border to prevent that from happening. That seems a little extreme, but whatever. That's the fucking argument, I guess. That's the only way. I mean, these are Democrats. You got to pass more fucking laws, dude.
So I think the moment where I looked at this guy and I said, I'm probably never going to vote for this person. I probably actually won't ever have the chance, which
probably not.
Also very true.
Probably not.
But if a child can turn Pete into a sniveling, quaking little rabbit, how is he going to run the United States?
I don't give a shit. I like Pete. I like Pete overall because I think he's probably the more well-spoken, one of the more well-spoken candidates up there. And I do miss listening to politicians who can like complete sentences and convey thoughts.
Other than when his lip starts quivering and he breaks down.
He's playing up the drama a little. I get that. Honestly, the worst offender for that is fucking Cory Booker. He's the worst. He's fucking worst.
No. So when I look at Cory Booker, I see a fraud. When I look at Pete Buttigieg, I see a guy who is physically incapable of handling the reality.
Fuck that. No, I don't see that at all. Pete's too smart. I think Pete's too smart. He's too fucking smart to like actually emotionally break down. He's a fairly analytical person. Booker is full of shit. And we'll play that card all day long. I think Pete plays the card because maybe it appeals to some people. I don't know. But no, I don't think Pete's a pussy. I think he leans into it a little bit because he thinks that maybe that'll garner some votes. But I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Plus, Pete, I'm always gonna get Pete's back because he's the only one up there who'll do the God thing, who'll at least show that like, hey, it's possible to be a Democrat.
Yeah, I mean,
at least pretend to some sort of Christian values instead of being a Republican and just lie about how much you love Christianity and Jesus and.
Okay.
That's what I think.
It's like we've talked about this before. It's the total.
I know.
Huckabee factor. He's got it.
Yeah, a little bit at least, but in the opposite direction. That's what's important.
It's
in the
every
opposite
bit as
direction.
Condescending and grating.
But that's widespread in the Republican Party and completely absent in the Democratic Party. It's wide fucking spread.
That's why Trump is our president.
Yeah, it is because of his quoting Christian. Of 2 Corinthians and all of that shit. Yeah, it is partly that. Yeah, he plays the same fucking deck of cards that Huckabee plays. He does the same shit. Just to reassure his base that I'm totally in love with Christ and all that shit. I'm totally on board. I'm the best Christian there ever was. You ask Jesus, and Jesus says it all the time to me. Like, give me a fucking break. He totally plays that same shit. No one on the left plays those fucking cards, and Pete at least does, and I like it. I like that he does. I like it.
I'm not saying that you're wrong about nobody on the left does. I'm just saying, if I look back at, the last election, we had 1 billion Republicans, and Huckabee did that. And
no, fuck that. Everybody, you're saying Ted Cruz has never ever mentioned Christ in any of? Give me a fucking break. And who did the goddamn election come down to? Who did the Republican Party primary come down to?
I think it was mostly, if I had to say a second place thing, I would have imagined it was Ben Carson.
Tactic Angels, this is where this is the apoplectic midget radio. You got it. I got 2 glasses of Stillhouse in me, Now I'm getting apoplectic.
I get it. I know how to do this, man. I am a host. I do the good stuff. I'm gonna move us on because, of course, you're not making any sense. And so I think that Pete understands the student loan thing, and he definitely knows how to make college more expensive. I'm not sure that his answer about student loans will actually translate to someone getting more out of college. Or
I don't remember what he said because I thought it was just a critique of like of student loan forgiveness. Because this whole critique was like, hey, fuck it, that's great for me, but then tomorrow everybody else is fucked. Like,
yeah,
that's all I remember of that.
Okay,
which is, you know,
it's been like a week
position.
Well, there's 2 more people on the first night. This is the worst.
God damn it.
One of them is Elizabeth Warren.
We talked about her.
Not hardly.
I feel like she was a little less murderous this night, but
yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I was a little sad by that.
Her opening
I like
speech,
seeing them go hard against like corporations. I like go hard. I enjoy that. It's fun to watch. I didn't feel like we got as much of it this time.
Okay. Elizabeth Warren says that insurance companies want you to fill out all of these forms.
Yeah, so that they can deny you coverage. I love her.
Do you think that it's more likely that she's too stupid to understand that these are regulated forms, or just too dishonest to admit that she made them sign those forms?
No, I love her. They are just looking to deny coverage. That's why you have to say what gender you are and, like, you know, what previous conditions you already have, all that stuff.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that's why. It's a tactic from the private fucking healthcare industry. Because they follow no rules, Tactic Angel. All about that dollar.
Do we need to decriminalize the border? Her answer was, it does not matter.
Yeah.
We need to do things that people like.
Yeah, that was basically that. I mean, yeah, no. A lot of times I don't agree with your summaries of what people on the left say. This time I do, though.
Oh, do you want to critique this one?
No, I don't. No, I agree with you.
No. I'm about to give you another one.
Oh, okay.
Do you think that it's unfair to say that the media, or do you think that it's unfair for the media to say, in a very racist sort of way, that this was an all-white person debate when, as we know, Elizabeth Warren is up there and she is famously a Native American?
She is famously a Native American, yeah. She did do that. I never saw that accusation, but
you should have watched some of the pregame. It was precious.
The media, the entire media.
Actually, this was CNN Go was free for 2 days so that you could watch this, and I guess they hoped that you would consider these people who were moderating the debates to be not imbeciles.
Hey, they did a better job.
They did a better job.
They really did.
They did a better job.
I don't really have any
worst.
complaint. I mean, I don't really have any complaints. I mean, were the questions all that challenging? No.
Did you
definitely weren't.
Did you understand the question about capitalism that they posed to her? It's like, you claim to be a capitalist.
Yeah, I did.
And she was like,
she totally dodged it, but yeah.
I am a capitalist because capitalists know how to fight and they know how to win.
Yeah. I think she totally fucking dodged it. Like, it was actually an interesting question, I thought at first, because I was like, okay, maybe Liz is gonna like try to delineate how she's actually a capitalist, but she's for nationalizing so much shit apparently. But you know, I'd like to see her navigate those waters. And I think she fucking dodged it and was totally unchallenged on it. But what the fuck though, dude? Like, I actually don't really have a lot of criticism to lay at the feet of the moderators, because I feel like it was done pretty well. People were, you know, they let the candidates challenge each other, and then they allowed for responses from those candidates that were challenged. And yeah, I thought it was actually pretty well done. And that's why I like Delaney so much, because he fucking knew the game and figured out how to do that. And then you see people like Marianne Williamson who don't fucking really challenge anybody. And she didn't get as much talking time, I think, as a result.
Yeah, but she kind of she came out above the fray.
I do not agree with that. I think she came out as entirely tangential to the fray. I don't think she said anything substantive. I think she was basically Marianne Williamson, who preached a lot of like hippie idealism, love, and all that kind of crap. I don't really think she scored any points.
Midget Radio, what do you have against love? Why are you so pro?
I love love. Nobody loves love more than oh Jesus. Now I'm into it. Now I'm into it.
Oh man, those totally maxed out. You're gonna have to fix that.
I am. Don't worry, I'm gonna mark it so that I edit it out so that I don't look like an idiot. Don't you worry, Tactic Angel. But
you're gonna leave it in.
I am.
You always do.
I am. I'm so lazy. It's my own laziness. It's just, it's such a cross to bear. But
did you think that it was interesting that Warren was pro-Trump tariff until unions were implemented and the minimum wage in foreign countries was raised to some amount?
I don't remember this.
She did. They asked her. She was pro-tariff.
Okay.
She wanted the tariffs would remain in place until the minimum wage.
Until the minimum wage?
Until the minimum wage.
I'm trying to help you, but
minimum wage is raised or unions implemented in other countries to ensure a good quality of living.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay.
That's
a fascinating position.
I mean, it. Yes, it is. And part of the reason why it is because you can actually construct a sensible economic policy out of this.
Sure.
I'm not sure that's what she's trying to
do. No.
But like, if you were to impose a tariff that was based on the difference between American labor versus the labor in other countries,
right?
That's essentially it's an elastic, very protectionist policy. Now, protectionist policy is, I mean, you see people arguing against it all the time right now.
Sure.
But like, at least there would be some like sort of system, some sort of reason behind it.
Yeah. And it's a nice idealistic reason, you know.
Oh, I don't think this is for idealism.
Really? I feel like it at least appeals on that front. You can make that stupid argument, you know.
She's not a pussy. She's a fucking capitalist.
Okay. Okay.
I have a lot of other notes on her, but I actually don't give a shit because she didn't say anything that was actually all that interesting.
No. Yeah, I actually feel like her and Bernie together on the stage is bad because it's all one. It's just lumped into one thing. It's just this amorphous blob.
They did ask her the question about nukes too, though.
Well, she was the one who had that, right? Wasn't that her stupid idea in the first place?
Because she was willing to imprison and maybe do worse things to people to confiscate their property in the United States.
Okay.
But she was unwilling to wipe another country off the face of the earth.
First, anyway.
At least until they destroyed our nation.
Yeah.
Which I thought...
Then you launch the nukes.
After you're dead, launch the nukes. You just send like a little message to Submarine Command. Yeah. Avenge us.
Yeah. Yeah, your dying breath. I don't know. But...
last guy that we have to talk about is Beto O'Rourke.
Christ, yes, he was there. People still give him money and still vote for him in polls.
Did you think it was? Did you watch them shaking hands with one another?
No,
Do you think that it's weird that Beta sinks to eye level in order to shake the hands of?
Does he really? Wow, that is bizarre. Yeah,
it is. He kneels kind of, because he's like
that's so weird. Tall. Weird. I'd like to watch. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I didn't see that, but yeah, I would like to see that. That's fucking weird. Maybe he just wants everybody to be equal. I don't know. I don't understand all the support he's getting. I don't understand it. Like how he's still making debates and, you know, he's still getting donations, and I don't get it. I don't understand. I know that there are not that many At the Drive-In fans who fucking care that much and or who have that kind of money. I just don't understand where it's coming from.
How many Jetters are there in the United States?
There cannot be that many. There cannot be.
You would hope that he was unique.
Right? You would think so. I mean, he did a podcast and it didn't seem to attract a lot of other Jetters, but...
Like 6 of them. Sadly, though, Booty Guy said that we had 12 years to go. By the time that Beto O'Rourke started talking, we only had 10 years left.
Oh, for climate change?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a really sad
pretty
time.
Soon. Yeah, we're all gonna die pretty soon, apparently.
Do you think that the world will end before we get this podcast up?
I don't know. It's totally possible. Given my upload speed here, it's completely possible. But
you know, you do have all of the stuff you need for the last episode.
I do, and it's fucking done. And the only reason it's not up is because I forgot to upload it last night. Because I try to upload it overnight when I'm not actually using the internet, because it fucking tanks my internet connection, and it takes a long time to get it. Yeah.
Do you not have like optical fiber?
I don't, and I've been looking for that to see if it's available in my area, and for some reason it's fucking not. Even though I live in a city, and you live in a swamp, I don't understand. But
I get 200 per second.
I know, despite the fact that you live in a mosquito-infested fucking swamp. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Do you think that we are more divided than in 1963?
63?
1863.
1863. Probably not. I'm not,
I didn't think that was likely.
I mean, I'm not pointing a gun at you. And you are my brother, Tactic Angel. But
Night 2. Gotta keep this thing going.
I'm not saying that day ain't coming, you son of a bitch, but
I'm gonna start out with Kirsten. I'm not really sure.
Is it Kirsten? There's only one Kirsten in our lives.
Powers?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I love her. So Kirsten Gillibrand comes out, and I want to say that she has one of the most schizophrenic opening statements I have ever seen.
Okay.
If you want something done, you just tell Kristen that it's impossible.
Oh, that's right. And then she's gonna go do it. Yeah.
Okay. So we've had a lot of trouble recently with trying to solve the medical question of cancer.
Okay.
Would you prefer that Kristen Gillibrand, whose superpower is apparently doing the impossible, become president or cure cancer?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think that this
that's a false choice, but
clearly a megalomaniacal power play that she doesn't care about other people.
Oh, is that what it is? That's the conclusion we arrive at.
I'm just saying. So she's the thing is, like, when she starts off, she's like, I was helped by every woman in my life.
Yeah.
There are no men who have ever helped me in any
Ain't no
way.
penis ever done shit. Yeah.
I can do the impossible, and in order to do that,
she's like
the impossible, I need to be the president.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually think a woman being president is impossible? Or do they think that maybe Hillary wasn't the right one?
Well, I think some people do think probably being a woman and being president may in fact be impossible. I don't know. Jury's still out on that. I would say. It probably doesn't help anyway. I'd say at least that. Being a woman and running for president, it probably don't help much at this point.
I guess. I do have additional points on that, but I don't want to cut immediately away from Kristen because she was on the stage moving her face.
Yeah.
And we should give her the respect that she doesn't deserve.
She totally deserves it because she ran in 2-1 Republican or whatever and won twice, 4 times,
100 times.
I don't know, 100 times. Yeah, amazing.
Do you find her emotionally draining to listen to?
Gillip, no. I mean, no. I think I would give that honor to Cory Booker before I would give it to anybody else.
I find Cory Booker pretty hard to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like he's really grating.
Yeah.
And he makes me angry a lot.
Okay.
It's probably because he looks like a psycho.
Well, yeah.
But like that's still like a positive energy in terms of like it's getting you amped up because you're like, somebody needs to slap this man in the face.
Yeah.
But when I listen to Kristen Gillibrand, I'm just exhausted.
Really? No, I don't really feel that way. I don't really feel that way.
Do you think it's the white woman's burden? You know, that she is the ideal person to lift people up, I guess?
Well, she can talk to white ladies, yeah.
No, but she's there specifically to help less capable not white people.
Well, right, but part of her ability to do that is because she can talk to white ladies about how hard it is for less capable non-white people.
Do you think that that's an attractive philosophy?
I don't know. I imagine some people maybe fucking do.
Okay.
I don't know. Best of fucking luck to her with that angle, though.
We'll get off of her in just a second. In their closing statement, she says that she's brought people together and made a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
Midget Radio, could you list those times?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, she's made my life better. I have the Stillhouse right now, and I attribute that entirely to Kristen Gillibrand.
How did Kristen Gillibrand get a bottle of Stillhouse? And by a bottle, I do mean a can of Stillhouse into my house so that I would give it to you.
Tagged Angel because she was so womanly. She outwomaned all the other women and so outwomaned to them that she outmenned all the other men that were there and put that fucking bottle in your house for me. Thank you.
Let's talk about Cory Booker.
All right, fuck him. Moving on.
Trump is using language to divide American. And also Baltimore is a bad place. Saying Baltimore is a bad place is basically the exact same thing as trying to murder people with your car in Charleston.
Sure. It is that. I don't give a shit about any of that. I think his fucking constant, like, oh my God, Democrats are arguing with each other. This is playing right into Trump's hands. Is fucking just ridiculous.
It was also kind of weird because he was also the first person who attacked Barack Obama by name. Right.
Fuck him. And this is a debate. Fuck you. Like, of course, you are all competing for the Democratic nomination for president of the United States. I don't know how you're going to do that singing Kumbaya with each other the entire time. Like, go fuck yourself, Cory Booker. It's just... See, I think he is the biggest pussy on that stage. He out-pussies Pete every time. I think.
Yeah?
I think he's a total pussy, yeah.
I am open to you explaining why that is.
Because he constantly fucking reminds us of why we all need to be united as Democrats, and like it's all we can't argue with each other. We can't find any flaws with the other person's plan. We're not allowed to fucking do that because somehow that plays into Trump's fucking overall arcing plan, even though he will then go out and attack Biden like the whole rest of the field will, because Biden has actually done things and has a fucking lifetime of experience. You know, what are you going to do? But yeah, but no, he's a pussy, I think, and a hypocrite, all at the same time. And I don't hear anything remotely substantive from him as far as policy.
I have very few notes, and one of these notes is actually like really cryptic.
Okay,
I'm gonna ask you if you can explain it.
Okay.
Marijuana justice.
So I think what that means, right, is that people who have smoked weed shouldn't be in jail. I guess. Okay. I think that's what that means. Or maybe if you like sell a shitload of weed, I guess as well, like a shitload of it, probably also you shouldn't be in jail.
I didn't get that sense because he said he wasn't going to let him go.
Really? That's my understanding. Actually, I thought some of the stuff about prisons was kind of interesting. And I think was it Yang who?
Are they trying to get Yang does talk about it. We'll get to him in just a second.
Because I think he had actually something mildly interesting to say about that. But yeah, marijuana justice, I think, is that, like, I don't know, maybe you pay a fine.
So, like all of these people, okay. All of these people after the debate are like, Cory Booker just did a great job. And I was like,
really?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't see that.
We have a saying about Kool-Aid, something flavors.
Yeah, and his attacks on poor old man Biden. That poor fucking guy. What are you gonna do?
I thought Biden did a pretty decent job fending people off today, because you knew.
Really, I think Biden is actually kind of a terrible debater.
I'm not saying. Okay. He did not have any major failures when he was going through this. Sure. I'm not saying that the guy's good. I'm saying he's getting a C+, and that's good enough.
Yeah,
against like the loons, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Yang, because fuck Cory Booker.
Yeah. I like Andrew Yang.
Sure.
I mean, like him now. Like, I actually thought he had a pretty good night. Yeah.
Did you notice that his socks were basically made out of the same material Castro's tie was made out of?
I did not. I only saw him behind the podium.
They were both like wearing like this really silly striped red and white tie.
Okay.
Well, not a tie. Obviously, Yang didn't wear a tie because he's just too manly, I guess.
I don't know. He's a fucking rebel. Yeah.
Andrew Yang, opening statement. Andrew Yang 2020, making it rain.
I love him. Yeah.
I will buy your vote.
Dude, I like that. I enjoy how on point he is. I enjoy that most of his responses, like, how can you not kind of love his response to the fucking, like, bitches only make 80% while these fucking penises make 100, like, how do you not love his response to that? Well, yo cunts, if we give you $1,000 a month, then, that'll like give you economic freedom, and then you can tell your boss to go fuck himself. Like, right? That's fucking. I love his response to that. I love that his responses to most of the ills of America are, if we just give people money, if they just have money and some semblance of economic freedom, that will resolve a lot of this bullshit. And I like the point that he made about prison systems, and that we're investing all of this money into what is essentially just a fucking punitive process. And then it's not really going anywhere. I actually because that's fucking true. Like, the prison system is really bad. and it is really focused on just entirely. It is just purely fucking punitive, which is a colossal waste of fucking money. But I don't know. I kind of liked his performance overall in this entire debate. I actually thought he came off pretty well, even though I think the freedom dividend is kind of crazy. But like,
God, can you imagine the inflation?
I love that it's called the freedom dividend in the first place.
In terms,
but he's got a point. Like, he's got a point at least about the fact that like that giving people that economic freedom, that money really is like the true equalizer. I mean, he's got a point there, I think, and I like that I feel like he's hitting it pretty hard. So I do kind of enjoy that.
So the parts of Yang's talk that I thought were kind of interesting was he clearly has no foreign policy expertise.
No, I don't know if he cares at all.
But he doesn't sound like a complete buffoon, and he does basically support Trump's tariff policy.
A little, yeah, and his point about I actually liked his point about health insurance and getting health insurance. Like, his angle on that was getting health insurance off the back of employers and entrepreneurs, which is an incredibly interesting angle, I think, to take on that particular debate, because it's true. I mean, there's probably a lot of sense to be made divorcing employment from health insurance.
I mean, there have been lots of suggestions about how to do that, but I mean, we're talking about politics here, Midget Rated. These things aren't.
I know.
But essentially what I liked about it was, I mean, his answer about that was climate. We're not the problem. We need to fuck up other nations.
That was a really interesting point too. Yeah. Yeah. Right? I kind of like this guy a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say what would happen. I think I don't think his freedom dividend's going anywhere. But.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's kind of like, I think he's interesting. I think he makes interesting points. I think he's kind of funny. I liked his, I'm the opposite of, he didn't say this in the debate, I don't think, but I liked his, I'm the opposite of Donald Trump. I'm an Asian kid who likes math. I thought that was funny, but like,
I'm not sure how that's different.
It is, but he's funny. And so yeah, so I don't know. I thought he did like a pretty he did a good job, I feel like, in this debate, at least. I think he separated himself from the pack. And I think he supplied at least a little bit of substantive, maybe I would say, reasoning behind why he's for the freedom dividend and all of that shit. He didn't look like a fucking buffoon who's just out to buy your vote. I would say at least that. He didn't look that simplistic to me.
Okay. I thought he did all right. I don't think that he was the most charismatic or dangerous in particular candidate for President Trump. I
would agree with that.
Who would you say is the most dangerous person for Donald Trump?
Ooh, I don't know, because here's the issue I have with that. I would say, like, if you look at the polls, right, Biden has the best chance currently. I don't know about Biden versus Trump in the debates. I don't know.
I think he gets taken apart by Trump.
I don't know, because Trump is so fucking full of shit.
He is, but he has a lot of charisma, right. And I don't know.
He has a lot of charisma, but he's completely full of shit. And I think that
it's fine. And Joe can call his ideas malarkey all day.
Yeah, he can. He can specifically use that word. Yeah.
But I don't know that he's going to win that charisma battle.
I agree, but I think we have differing opinions about what happened during the Trump-Clinton debates. But I think that, like, so it's hard to say, because I think that when you put Trump against halfway reasonable person, which I think who is maybe at least moderately trustworthy, who I think that's Biden. I do think Biden might win. Despite whatever fucking antics go on throughout the debates. Because I do think that like a lot of the Hillary Clinton shit was that Hillary Clinton is
a miserable candidate.
She has a lot of baggage, let's just say that. So we'll just leave it there. And I don't think Biden is going to have to deal with that as much as Clinton had to. So I think that's an advantage for him. But if you want to say like who's the most dangerous candidate as far as like who's going to attack and who's going to be a fucking vicious fucking bitch, then it's Mama Kamala, right?
I disagree.
Okay.
Because this is not the segue that you're looking for.
Okay.
I think Tulsi Gabbard would slay Trump.
I loved
hardcore.
So I don't know if you want to move to her right now, but I love her. I love her. And yeah, part of it's because she's fucking beautiful. But
well, there is a question about that. But at the same time, you know, there was the whole JFK women vote thing sort of deal.
Okay.
And so I'm not 100% sure that it doesn't work the other way. The other thing about Tulsi is that she comes from an authoritative military background.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so when she talks, there's a certain competence that she seems to impart.
Yes.
Now, I will say the shit that she's saying is fucking ridiculous and really almost no better than anybody else who's saying it up there.
Okay.
But a lot of the stuff, the way that she's saying it in her delivery.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think Tulsi is awesome. I don't think she's crazy. I think that I have some issue with some of her ideas. Well, are we going to move to Tulsi? Because I'm happy to talk.
We're talking about Tulsi Gabbard.
All right. So I think the first thing, the biggest thing, obviously, is that bitch, man, that bitch done came out for Kamala, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Eviscerated.
It was awesome, right? Like,
now I will say, a little bit of that is some clever mischaracterization.
Sure, of course, there's always going to be that, you know.
But Kamala Harris's endorsement of slavery, is more or less irreconcilable.
Yeah.
With American politics. You had the ability. Now, you had the ability to let people go.
Yeah.
Black and brown people.
Yeah.
Which is what will happen if people bring this up, because they can point to at least one black or brown person who was basically enslaved to make license plates for her.
Yeah.
Black and brown people enslaved by the AG who wanted cheap labor. What?
I mean, it's damaging, and I think what's particularly damaging about that, and honestly shocking, from at least from the point of view of like her campaign staff, is that she didn't seem to have much of a retort for that fucking at all.
Did you see what she said afterwards?
I saw the thing about like, some slut with like 0% polling fucking. I saw that.
It was like, I'm the prettier woman.
You're not, but.
Oh, no, but it was.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that was it. Like, yeah.
It was essentially like somebody makes fun of you in high school, and you're just like, I'm prettier, I'm more popular. What she says doesn't matter, and you're like,
exactly, yeah. That ain't better. Like that's worse. In fact,
I'm gonna let you in on a little thing, Kamala. You're not in high school anymore.
Yeah.
And Tulsi is way hotter.
Way hotter, but yeah. I like Tulsi. I actually like her quite a bit. But she is totally one of those people that I don't really agree with on a lot of things. But like when you look at her record, at least to some degree, I mean, there's some interesting stuff in there. She had some problems with old Debbie WS during the 2016 fucking primaries. That she basically ditched the position that she had in the DNC to endorse Bernie over fucking Hillary Clinton in that time. I mean, and the fact that she's a fucking soldier, like that, there is a part of me that's like, all right with having goddamn fucking soldier in the fucking White House again, because Jesus Christ, at least there's some semblance of discipline, right? I don't know.
There is that, and one of the reasons why. Okay, there are several reasons. First of all, she's a woman, so
sure.
I feel like there's a certain percentage of the woman population who will be like,
right. There's that, and she doesn't play that card, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
No, I mean that. Essentially, what she's playing is the strong female protagonist who isn't saying, "I am a strong female protagonist."
Yeah.
and like that's the problem that we see with people like
Kirsten.
Michael fucking Burnham
and Kirsten Gillibrand, but
Kirsten Gillibrand and Ray.
Yeah.
And like you just get that steady confidence, and she's not like, "Look at me, I'm a woman." She's just like, I can do this because this is my past and this is who I am. And like there is a steadiness and a confidence. But when I say that she has crazy ideas, she's talking about like it's immoral for people to buy private insurance.
I know. Yeah, I don't agree with her. Well, she is a little bit of a Bernie pro, but it's just, what are you gonna do? What the fuck? Nobody's perfect, Tactic Angel. What are you gonna do?
Well, no, what I'm saying is, she is, and the left is just too fucking stupid to realize it. She is the best candidate to run against Trump because Trump cannot go out there and be a misogynist to her.
Yeah.
Trump cannot go attack her because she won't have to claim her minority status. People will do that for her.
Right, it's on her face, yeah.
The media is pretty well not in Trump's corner.
Yeah.
But, and she has all the other things. She's got the military, she's got the
military,
confidence, and she's a woman.
Yep.
And even if she's not like, vote for me because of them titties, she's she's got it. She is the full left package.
Yeah. She
is the best person that they could run.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not.
Tell me definitively that I'm wrong.
No, the only reason that you may be wrong is the fact that the gender thing does actually play into this a little bit, and that part of why Hillary Clinton didn't get elected is because she was a woman. That's part of the issue.
I don't think.
I know that you don't think that that's a factor. I fucking get that. But it may in fact be an issue. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But
you have to literally take the most disliked woman in the United States.
I know. I get that.
She loses if you believe the popular vote.
But if you look at the reasons why she was disliked, they're so fucking fantastical. All of the fantastical fucking conspiracy theories against Hillary Clinton played a fucking role in that. And the reason that they had any ground in the first place might be because of the fact that she was a fucking woman. That she was like, oh, well, she's just married to the president, and that's why she's such a big deal. And fuck her, fuck that fucking cunt. I don't want to fucking be, because she's just riding the coattails of Bill Clinton and all, and she's a fucking piece of shit besides that. Like, all of that shit is because she was a wife and because she was a woman and all of that stuff. Like, that may play a role. I don't know, Tactic Angel. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
My
maybe it's bullshit, maybe it's not.
Specifically, that you had to tell me that I was wrong.
I don't know if you're fucking wrong. I don't know.
That's all I want to hear, man.
That's it. I don't
want to hear.
I don't know. So that's the only thing I can think. Like,
Tactic Angel,
you run Biden instead of Tulsi because Biden has a penis. I don't know. But that might be a fact. That might be a factor. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you necessarily defang a lot of the Trumpness if if you run Tulsi, because he's going to have to treat
I don't know.
with more respect.
See, I don't know if he is, because that fucking piece of shit, nothing sticks to him. Nothing sticks to him. So I don't know. I certainly can. I cannot. I don't know if you've been able to do this, but I can't put that son of a bitch in a box. Because Trump, I can't put him in a box. I can't say that, like, oh, well, these are the things that he can do, and these are the things that he can't fucking do. Because he's continually proven that all of the things that we didn't think he could do, he fucking get away with, and still garner a shitload of support for it. The dude is practically fucking bulletproof. So I don't understand. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think he can call Tulsi a cunt and still get away with it. Like, I don't know, because I don't understand why people are attracted to that piece of shit in the first place. I still don't fucking get that. Okay, maybe you do. I don't fucking understand where it's coming from.
I've given you lots of reasons, and you dismissed them all.
Well, I don't understand them.
We're going to go on to the person who everyone likes just as much as Donald Trump.
Okay.
Bill de Blasio. Who's voting for this guy?
I don't know. People in New York? I don't know. Man, he's doing his best, I guess. He's doing his best to kick Biden right in the balls. But that's about it. What was the thing he was... Stop and frisk, right? Or was that Booker? No, I don't remember.
Yeah, fuck both of them.
No, he was directly challenged on... Oh, Christ, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, dude. Yeah, he was directly fucking challenged on that, which I thought was actually a pretty fucking fantastic moment. And then he was like, well, it's the federal government's fault.
It was Trump.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know if you know, but it was Trump.
A little bit of a weak moment, I think, for de Blasio. For as much as like Biden was called out and literally, Christ, every single thing he's ever done.
I'm honestly kind of bored with this already.
Yeah.
Jay Inslee.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He wants to create a public option.
Okay.
But he did create a public option. It wasn't good enough.
Oh, wait. Is this Washington?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's done stuff. Good for him. That's cool.
Yeah,
I do like, you know, when he was talking though, I did think like this is what the country's supposed to be, right? Like this is right, the states, the laboratories, right, of democracy, right? Like that's the thing that we're supposed to do. And I was thinking about that a lot, like well, I'd love to see Andrew Yang's fucking freedom dividend employed in a state. First.
Oh man, watch all the homeless people flock.
Right? Yeah, we'll see. Like, give that shit to Kentucky or something, and let them. And let's see what happens. I don't know. See some economic empowerment. I don't know. Maybe it makes the difference. I don't know.
I actually thought he was kind of. He always strikes me as just a little bit lost.
Yeah.
And at a certain point during this, he actually gives the Nazi salute, which I thought was also weird.
Does he?
He was like trying to like, I think, get the attention of the moderators, but he had his arms straight out and his hand together.
The fingers together, yeah.
And you're just like, that doesn't look right.
No, you don't want to do that. I mean, he didn't have the mustache, but like.
Most Nazis didn't have mustache.
True, they didn't, but
Jay Inslee wants to be president to get rid of the filibuster. The question here is, whether Jay Inslee doesn't know that the president doesn't decide that, or that the filibuster is pretty much dead already.
Right, he's gonna like motivate everybody to like fucking, I don't know, elect enough goddamn senators to repeal the filibuster rule. I don't know.
I have another question.
All of that is a little sad, right? That's a little sad.
I said
we need to vote for all the fucking Democrats to be entirely, or we need to have all the fucking Republicans in office. Like, that's not the thing we're supposed to be working toward, right?
I said this back when they got rid of the filibuster. It's a bad idea.
It was only 4 nominations. That's it. And I get where you're coming from, but that's all it was for. Nominations. That's it.
Okay.
That's fucking it. I get it. I understand the slippery slope fucking angle. Oh, well, now it's nominations. Then it's going to be laws entirely. And then the whole fucking country is destroyed because of this. Like, I get it.
I'm just saying. Slippery slope isn't really a logical argument, but it is sometimes the truth.
It is a fallacy, but it is absolutely a fallacy. But
so here's my question though.
Okay.
Because this is basically all he harped on all night.
Yeah.
What is environmental justice?
I don't know.
I don't think that justice means anything anymore.
There's not enough trees, Tactic Angel.
Environmental justice equals not enough trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Inslee 2020.
There you go. Well, we're all gonna die. Fucking, I don't know, the heat wave or the ice age, whatever the fuck is supposed to come next.
Sure. I probably both at the same time.
I guess, yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Yes. Mama Kamala.
If you don't understand healthcare, if you don't understand my healthcare plan,
yeah,
you're an idiot.
Yeah.
However,
you're wrong.
I do want a public-private plan sometimes, a public plan sometimes, and a private plan
until it's untenable.
Sometimes.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I like that she was getting a lot of shit in this debate.
Yeah, Biden actually came at her early.
And I don't think he did a very good job of it, but yeah.
But she seemed completely flustered.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. I don't know that she did. It is actually surprising to me that the Kamala Harris campaign hasn't figured out how to deal with her record as the AG in California, right? You would think they would have, this is how we respond to this accusation, this is how we fucking respond to this is how we fucking respond to this. Yeah. And it seemed like she was making it up on the fly. Like, well, oh shit, yeah, the death penalty, fuck that. Hey, wait, I am super against the death penalty, like all the time, really totally against it. And so, like, that's how it is. And boom, that's the end of my time. Like, what the fuck? Like, that response was so fucking weak. Like, you don't address at all the accusation that you had deliberately withheld evidence that would have exonerated somebody from a death penalty sentence. What the fuck? Kamala Harris campaign staff, what are you guys doing? Like, I was a little surprised by that. It seemed really unprepared to attack what I think any normal person would have seen as, hey, there's probably a lot of weaknesses in here that we need to address right now.
Well, and I don't think that it helped her that, like, Biden came at her kind of early and kind of, I mean, it wasn't completely natural. It definitely looked like he was trying to do a hit job.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
But she didn't have an answer for it. And she couldn't look Joe in the eye.
Yeah.
And she just looked weak.
Yeah. It was a little bizarre. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I fault Kamala less for that than her fucking campaign staff. But like, no, it just seems like a huge oversight. If she's
going to be president, she can't be this.
No, I know. I get that. I'm not trying to fucking be nice to her or anything. But like, what the fuck, man? Like, how do you not know that you're vulnerable in these particular areas, and how do you not have a fucking response for them? What the fuck?
I thought that she had probably the worst night of anybody.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I agree.
I think it was you do have Biden chipping at the edges, but Tulsi like eviscerated her. Tulsi
did the most damage for fucking sure. And I I love her for it. A little bit. But yeah, I'm surprised that like after seeing, because you would think after the first debates, the campaign staff would look at that and be like, hey, we got a good bump. You attacked Biden on this shit. And you know, that was great. That worked really great for our campaign. And we're gonna get attacked in response. You know that. How the fuck do you not prepare for it? Like,
it's criminal negligence.
It really is, right? I would fire fucking campaign staff for that, or I don't know, or maybe it's. I don't know. I don't want to be a dick, but it's like it could be indicative of how she runs her campaign. I don't know. But it was not good. It was not a good performance. Her response afterwards to Tulsi, definitely not the right angle to take.
It was not good on stage, and then it was even worse afterwards.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
I did find this is the point where I looked it up. She complains about $72 billion in an industry worth $3.4 trillion.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is actually, I will correct myself, viewer, slightly more than 2%.
Okay. 2% profits.
I don't know. 2?
I don't know though. Does it matter when you're talking in scales of like billions of dollars? That's
what should it be?
Shit fucking load of money. I don't know if percentages do the job. I don't know, Tactic Angel. Should people be making money off health insurance in the first? I don't know.
The profit motive works.
It does. But billions of dollars worth of profit, is it worth?
Yeah, it's not one dude, man.
I know it's not fucking one dude, but it's like that's after everybody's salary been paid, right? That's after all of that shit. So you gotta wonder. I mean, is that too much? I don't know.
Okay, so then on the opposite end, if you follow what Kamala wants, right?
Right.
Why would anyone think that the same government that spends $3,000 for a toilet is going to drive down pharmaceutical prices?
Is that entirely accurate? I don't know. I don't know.
Are you gonna quote me on the $3,000?
I don't know. Are they in bed with Big Toilet? Is it Big Toilet that's been been fucking dictating all of this all along? Like,
no, but there is a long history of contractors charging the government too much money for stuff.
Yeah,
and the government just not being all that interested in collecting it back because, I mean, honest to God, I mean, it's not their money.
Yeah.
And they can always raise taxes.
Yeah, they can. Yes, they can. Well, they can to a degree. Well, if you don't get because you're always going to have some opportunist who's like, I ain't going to fucking raise these fucking taxes. Fuck you. And then that person's going to get elected. That's the beauty of the American democratic system, right? We get to vote for these cunts. And if some cunt's going to say, I ain't going to raise taxes, then we vote for that cunt. And, you know.
You are really leaning into that word.
I know. Because it's a good word.
Have you been watching a lot of like Australian podcasts?
It's a solid word, Tactic Angel.
It does have a lot of hard consonants. Particularly considering its length.
Right? Nice monosyllable word. Like, I love it. Yeah. Syllabic is how you say that. Monosyllabic.
At some point, they ask her a question about immigration, and she says, essentially, with all due respect, you are immoral, and I am the more virtuous one because I saw children being led in single file lines.
Oh, yeah, she like climbed a fence, right?
Midget Radio. How many times would you say in the average day as an elementary school student did you stand in a line?
A lot of times.
Many times.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't being marched to a detainment center. Unless you consider school a detainment center. Which I guess in some sense it did feel like that oftentimes. But then I got to play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on a fucking Apple IIe, and that was great. But I don't know.
I
guess my question is whether they
dying
get to play.
of dysentery, and it was like, this is really kind of like grating to my young optimistic self. Because,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to avoid the dysentery.
Well, sure. I mean, you got to eat more spinach, but.
So she is pro-busing, and by pro-busing I mean anti-busing.
Anti-busing now. Yeah.
But if I were in the Senate when I was 6 years old,
right,
I would have been
pro-busing. But the kids who aren't bus now, fuck them. That was pretty good. Like, I felt like Biden's attack on that was pretty good. Like, hey, bitch, there's still schools that are segregated right now.
Actually, we are more segregated now than we were then.
You know, it's a good retort. And she didn't really have anything for that. Shit, her fucking campaign staff needs to get their shit together.
They're brutally incompetent.
They really need to get their shit together. Like, you guys cannot just fucking rest on your laurels because now she's like at half the percentage that Biden is now. What the fuck?
Did you think that it was strange? Did you watch her closing speech?
I think so. I don't know.
Because I thought it was
it.
sort of odd. Because she seems to express a certain amount of sympathy for white nationalists who support Trump, because there are people who are reaching out to Trump because they are in need.
That's interesting. All right.
And that they're desperate for help.
Sure.
And that in some way they have a legitimate grievance.
Okay.
Which I thought was really weird considering the tenor of literally everything else she said.
Well, sure. Yeah. Interesting.
Also, kind of awkward in retrospect.
Yeah. Yeah, very possible. I don't remember it at all. I don't even know if I watched her closing speech. So yeah.
I wouldn't have hung in for just that.
I will defer to you on that. And not be surprised.
Michael Bennett?
Yeah, what about him?
So, do you think this guy is actually the voice actor for Mr. Mackey on South Park?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
I think he is.
He might be. We need okay.
Bennett basically echoes the supposedly racist call for Obama to be a one-term president.
Yeah.
Okay. This time it's going to be Trump, but...
Okay. That's bad.
Do you think that towns and cities shouldn't be able to spend money on education? Do you think that people who go to jail just because they don't finish high school? Or do you think that the people who drop out of high school because maybe they're headed to prison?
No, this is a solid interpretation. I have no idea what to say.
He had nothing really worth talking about.
No, didn't.
Joe Biden.
What the fuck? He stood up and stayed all the way through.
So he looked like when he came out onto the stage, he looked like he wanted to run.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he remembered how old he is.
Maybe. That's honestly his biggest weakness. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how hungry he is. If I was looking at this as a UFC fucking right, how hungry is this guy for the fucking role? I don't know. I know this. Trump hungrier. That's how I feel right now.
Well, yeah, definitely more ruthless at the very least.
Yeah.
I thought his opening statement was curious.
I don't remember it.
So he starts talking about essentially that on the stage there are people from every sort of background, race, creed, and color, and that anyone can do this in America.
Okay.
Which is why we have to vote for him because it isn't possible under Donald Trump, even though it's happening under Donald Trump.
What's happening under Donald Trump?
There are people... Chester.
Uh-oh.
Stop it. Stop it. So you stop having crazy dreams where you have sex with bitches.
Aw, he misses bitches.
He does. He wants some bitches. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
No, so what he says is essentially the thing that makes America great.
Yeah.
Is because we have all of this equality. You have all of these different people with different backgrounds,
sure,
different races, religions, all the sort of colors and shapes of the rainbow, whatever.
Yeah.
And is that a Skittles thing?
Skittles,
moving on.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is a thing that's important to America. And that's why you need to vote for me, because I'm going to make that possible. But I think the weird thing about it is if you're looking at it, you're like, the reason why we have to vote for you is because Trump is making this not possible, but it's happening. Like, I'm looking at it. It's right now. There's no government minder telling me I can't vote for Kamala Harris. It's only my good sense that I won't do so.
No, but like the idea is right that like Trump has fucking demonized an entire fucking class of people, mostly Hispanics, it seems like, and Muslims too, I guess, that are somehow less than or not American and all of that shit. And that's, you know, an issue that they have to deal with. And Biden's like, that's bullshit. I don't think that's completely unfair. I don't know how you look at the Trump presidency and see like, yeah, no, this is totally fucking inclusive.
I didn't say that it was unfair.
He all about them Hispanics. He loved them Hispanics. And he loved them Muslims.
Unfair. You are mischaracterizing the point that I'm putting out there. I thought it was curious.
I don't know that it's completely unfair. I mean, Trump is largely seen as a fairly racist xenophobe, and I don't know that it's completely fucking unfair to say that, because he leans into a lot of those arguments. I mean, he does. Like, it's pretty fucking obvious, but I know, I don't know. There's this weird, like, I don't know. There's a lot of like Trump apology, like, oh, he doesn't really mean the things he says, and like, what the fuck? I know he's like a magic eye poster for a lot of fucking Republicans, I feel like. He's a Rorschach test for a lot of fucking Americans. I know what he means, and he just says it like an asshole, but I know what he means. And it's like, you go fuck yourself. You don't know Trump any better than anybody else does. But like, you know, I don't know that that's completely unfair. Particularly among the left. I mean, Biden's competing for the nomination for the presidency from the Democratic Party. Does anybody in the Democratic Party think that Trump is not a fucking racist or plays along a lot of all of those lines? If you are different from, then you are a piece of shit. Yeah, I mean that's totally an argument. So politically speaking, I don't really have any issue with that angle.
How does it make this less curious?
Because it's for the political angle, right? Like, it's not that questionable. Joe Biden is not running for Republican votes right now.
I understand what you're saying, Midget Radio. My question was mostly to point out that you've constructed a straw man and knocked it down.
Okay.
So
anyway, I don't understand, but your argument sounds like, I don't know, everybody's fine now. It's totally fine. Everybody who, whatever class, gender, race, wherever they're from, it's all completely fucking equal, and everybody's entitled. Like, that's under Trump. It's the same as it's always been.
Is that what I said?
It sounds like it to me. If that's not, then please clarify your point. But that's what it sounds like.
I don't think that Trump is the apocalypse.
I wouldn't suggest that he's the apocalypse either. Okay. That's a bit extreme.
So Joe is at least honest about money in terms of healthcare schemes.
Okay.
He does a decent job, I think, throughout this of at least bringing up the amount of money it would cost Can you think of any other time that anybody talked about the budget?
I don't think anyone has ever talked about that in the entire time that we have been alive on this earth.
I think that some people
except for maybe like Ross Perot, or
I think people talk about it. I think most of the people who talk about it don't get elected.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Ross Perot on this. The last person that Ross, not Rand, Ross.
Did you think it was weird that he will not allow anyone to enter the United States, but he won't deport them either?
Wait, which one is this by? Oh, yeah. Well, it's like a criminal action, but what did he say? No, his response to that was yeah, it was a little bit remarkable. Because he was like, well, I said some shit, but I'm not going to tell you what it was, because I said it in private, right? That was his response to that. I don't know where he is on whether the number of deportations in Obama during the Obama administration, if he was in support of that or not. I have no fucking idea, because he said he ain't going to tell anybody.
But he did say Obama about 100,000 times.
No, he did, because like Obama is sort of saint-like, and Obama endorsed him, so that should be enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I get it, because that's essentially the same thing that I talked about with Marianne Williamson about the.
Sure, I mean, I don't remember Obama ever saying that he was a saint. I do remember thinking that Trump alluded to that a lot. But yeah. He was somehow the fucking solution to every fucking problem.
This is the moment
everyone has ever had. That Trump
the
is
oceans begin to roll back and the earth begins to heal.
He said that one time, and
it's
Donald
pretty
Trump,
megalomaniacal.
And Donald Trump is the epitome of megalomaniacal every fucking goddamn day. Goddamn that motherfucker.
Argue with that.
He's never been wrong. He's never been anything but the best at everything. Christ.
So the second night of the debates, I will say, were a little bit more hard for me to watch.
Really? I actually had a little more fun with the second night than the first night. And I think that's mostly because of Yang and Tulsi.
If you notice, my commentary got a little bit more nonsensical the longer I watched this. And essentially it was just like the second night, everybody agreed with each other as hard as possible. And
really? No. I would totally no. Delaney, yes. Attacks against the Biden fucking Warren contingent, yes, I agree. But Tulsi v. Kamala, man.
No, but like that's the outlier, right?
No, that's the.
So other than that, you're looking at it, and I mean, everybody's like, how free can you make healthcare? Totally free.
Sure.
And then the next person's like, more totally free.
No, I get that. And
the next person's like, totally free infinity. And it's just like, God, this is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Can we bring back up the nuclear weapons? I want to hear somebody say they're going to nuke some fucking bitches.
Fuck that. We got the most substantive about the prison issue. I feel like that was night 2. That was Yang, really. And Tulsi
I'm going to pay people to stay out of jail.
No, that's not a fucking terrible idea. Like, but his I'm gonna pay people to stay out of jail is the fucking it all goes back to the fucking freedom dividend issue. That's all that's his solution to most things. But he's right. He's fucking right. The preoccupation that we have with the punitive nature of the prison system is fucking part of the problem. And it's a shitload of money that we waste on just punishing people for doing the wrong thing, like smoking marijuana. Like it's fucking ridiculous. It's completely unproductive, and he's right. Like that central thesis that like economic freedom is true freedom. He's right about.
Midget Radio. What do you have against black and brown people who are disproportionately represented among criminals in receiving a freedom dividend.
I'm not against them receiving a freedom dividend. I feel like
well, why are you supporting someone with such a racist freedom dividend policy? Because he said specifically he was going to pay people for staying out of prison.
But he's talking specifically about the freedom dividend. He didn't say that there was like some additional fucking money that they were going to receive in addition to.
No,
right?
But once he didn't you go to jail, that. You don't get the freedom dividend.
Did he say that? I don't remember hearing him say anything like that. He's talking about people giving people the economic freedom to fucking not commit crime, to not deal drugs, to not do all of that shit that they grow up in, that their communities have fucking like that drug dealing is the best way to achieve some kind of fucking economic freedom, which it is in a shitload of communities across America. If you do not have if you give them $1,000 a month, you do not incentivize them to then get into drugs, to stand up on corners, to fucking have to deal with maybe getting shot by a drive-by or whatever, or having to break the law in the fucking first place. If you take that incentive away, and it's a solid. I mean, maybe I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But it's not impossible. Like
Midget Radio.
He's not
talking point.
He is not talking about giving $1,000 to a criminal and then more because they went to jail. I just
want you to know
he's not making that point. Tactic Angel, you son of a bitch. He ain't making that point.
I've seen children in lines. And
did you climb a ladder to see those children? You son of, because I don't believe you unless you climbed a ladder to see them. But
I did. In any case, I don't know that we actually have anything more substantive to say.
No, we probably don't. My God, this has been much longer than I thought it would go. But
and you know what? We forgot about Julian Castro, but that has been episode number 86 of the Wednesday Night Gentlemen Multimedia Empire official podcast. Please give us a like if you've enjoyed this video or subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on Twitter where we are at WNG_MME_OPC or head on over to our Facebook page where we are simply the Wednesday Night Gentlemen. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you again on episode number 87 of this podcast.
Oh my God, was that all one breath? That was amazing. Bye-bye.
I'm pretty